Ah, welcome friends. Jai Hind. A question is asked, why good and why evil? Friends, let's understand. For God or the Creator, there is nothing like good or evil. It is the human thinking which makes it good or evil. God has defined certain other parameters. God has created us with the instrument. Soul is the center part of it, which guides us in our activities. Any action which is performed, any deed which is performed, anything which harms the life created by God Almighty is evil. But there are incidents and there are times when even this is done under certain conditions with a good intention and becomes good. Therefore, the judgment of good and evil is our inner self and that God Almighty. For the world to understand difference between good and evil, some fundamental rules have been defined. First, don't do anything which will harm other livings. Second, don't do anything which will bring pain, misery, destruction. Third, if your intentions are good, you are doing it with a good purpose. For example, a patient suffering from incurable disease like cancer and in the terminal stage where there is no humanly known way that can be cured and is suffering in pain, asking for death. A judgment has to be made, keeping one thing clear. Is it a frustration? Is it a request made out of helplessness? Or will it really bring salvation or peace or remove the pain for the patient? Therefore, judgment of good and evil is something very serious. Unfortunately, in our world today, for our physical satisfaction, for joy of our own ego, for satisfying our tongue, not hunger, tongue, we kill the living. There are societies where they eat living straight, not realizing if it happens with them, how will they feel like? These are all evil acts. Society approves, people approve, they do it. Everybody does together. But fact is, there is someone watching above. If that living which is being consumed for satisfaction of tongue is in pain, suffers, does not want to be eaten, it will bring destruction sooner or later. Corona or COVID 19 in this way is a teacher. The many things which are being done under the garb of scientific research, which are unethical. Those of us who understand the art of programming and science of computer manipulation or manipulation of codes in the computers know tinkering with a code which has been first made and tested off again and again can cause many problems. Unless you are capable of knowing the ultimate consequences up to the last point, tinkering with the code is dangerous. It is okay in a program which is for doing the finance work, accountancy, maybe even few other activities, but not good for doing scientific work and mathematical calculations, which if faked can result in consequences which can be too far reaching. And this is what human beings have done. We human beings, in their desire to become gods, creators. Recently there was a news item that we are transplanting the head. Transplanting the head of a human being with evil mind on the head of a tiger or an elephant or a lion or a buffalo or any other fearful living can create Rakshas, can create a demon who will destroy everyone. But even at a smaller scale, tinkering with the genetic code to create something new without knowing what are its consequences can be dangerous, and corona is one such case. Tinkering with the RNA strings without knowing, changing or manipulating the proteins here and there, what will be the end result can bring havoc to the mankind. Therefore, the judgment of good and evil should be the inner self, not the ego. Please understand, there is a difference between your soul, the inner part, the master, and the ego, which is our second level. Ego is in the causal body. Atma is in the supercausal body. Both drive the mind at second level, which is the subtle level, and create actions at physical level which harm or which can be good. If so, there is a fundamental which must not forget. Good does not come on its own. Good has to be invited. Evil is lurking around waiting for your door to open, enter your house and destroy. This fundamental applies to ego and soul both. Soul has to be invited, awakened to know what we are doing and to guide us, has to be requested to guide us towards the good activities. Ego, driven by evil, is all the time lurking around, will suppress your all approaches for the goodness and create havoc in the society. Therefore, mankind, every human being, every living must watch for the good and the evil. In animal, more or less everything is controlled by the creator. There is a level to which the animals have freedom, but not beyond. But human being is the only one. We don't call ourselves animal, we call ourselves human beings. But we are the only living, maybe higher animal, who can manipulate our own thinking process and invite evil as good and cause destruction to ourselves and to everybody. Therefore, protecting against the evil desires and doing tapasya or doing learning, education for acquiring good values is fundamental to the sustenance of existence. My request to everyone is please understand your inner selves, suppress your evil desires, awaken your good parts, be in the company of good people. Tapasya is nothing but learning. It's a education, lifelong education for acquiring good. Sit with those who have awakened their soul, who know what self realization is, and become masters of good destiny and not evil. I wish all success in the life. Good and evil are reality, and it is only our thinking, our desire to invite good all the time can save us from the evil. God bless. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.